So that's the end of my speech. I would now pass over to Boris Kim, chairman of the board and co-founder of the company for corporate governance.
Thank you, Sasha. I think you've already seen this timeline, so I just want to stress three things. First, we'd continue developing the new products aiming at satisfying unsatisfied needs for unbanked, underbanked, or unhappily banked people. But I think we had, possibility to discuss it before. I just want to stress that, it's working other way around, yeah, okay. Yeah, that we developed this new product even when they cannibalized our existing cash generating ones. And that is this is a very important point. Second, when assessing M&A deal, we paid the most attention to the synergetic effects, not only on the product and financial side, but also on team side, because we strongly believe that team and people are our most important asset. And third, we always tried to raise money from wise people, from people who could help us to build a company. I would call it smart money. That was the case with DST Global Yuri Milner company. That was the case with Mitsui. And of course, the IPO gave us an access to the collective competence of the board members and public shareholders. Now Kiwi is listed on NASDAQ and Moscow Exchange with market cap of 850 million. And I would say that the free float is rather big for a company. And two founders, Sergey and R, still own a substantial number of shares, as well as our early investor, Mitsui. And we feel very, very positive having Открытие among our shareholders. We already see synergy in Tochka, and are set to find the synergy in other directions. The dual-class share structure allows founders to control Kiwi, which is very usual and often very positive feature for a tech company. Kiwi PLC is a holding company incorporated in Cyprus. In Russia, payments that do not require a banking license go through Kiwi joint stock company. And Kiwi Bank is a group settlement center and issuer of Kiwi wallet and bank cards, including the installment card Sovest, an operator of contact and other money remittances system. In addition, Kiwi holds balances for Tochka and Rocket Bank. Kiwi Bank is fully licensed under supervision of Central Bank of Russia. The board consists of 3 independent directors. One of them is here, Osama Bedier, 2 founders, and 2 representatives of Открытие. Osama Bedier and Ron Khalifa have tremendous entrepreneurial expertise in the payment and tech industries, whereas Marcus Rhodes has a 10 years experience. He worked as an audit partner for Big 4 companies. They all have experience also serving as independent directors of public companies. Nadia Cherkasova and Vyanin Polantsev, they are not just representatives of Открытие, our most significant public shareholder, but they bring much competence to the boardroom based on their multi-year experience, especially in SME and retail segments. The board primary areas of responsibility include the following activities: strategy, budgeting, nomination and compensation of C-level, Risk control, overseeing operation of the company, supervision, and the affairs of the company. Most preliminary work is being done on the committees level, and we have 3 committees: audit, compensation, and strategy. All these committees are chaired by independent directors. And I want to specifically mention that we are very proud to have Dave Birch, an internationally recognized expert in digital payment industry, as an advisor to the strategic committee. We set up a multi-level framework for risk control. The principal risks are monitored at the board and CEO levels. The structure consists of the following elements: goals, principles, methods, reporting, and feedback. At the board and CEO levels, we focus on 5 major risks: regulation, credit and counterparty, cybersecurity and fraud, geopolitical and macroeconomic risks, strategy and execution risks. As we operate on a heavily regulated financial market, our GR position was always proactive and positive. At an expert level, both directly and through industry associations, we played a very active role in developing legislation regarding payment agents, the National Payment System Bill, and AML/FT legislation. Our current activities focused on the regulation and standardization of biometric identification, personal data, faster payments, open banking, and distributed ledger technology. Last but not least, I want to tell you about our social responsibility profile. With more than 150,200 employees involved, our Kiwi 15 program aims at increasing financial literacy among the younger generation. We also work with nearly 100 charitable organizations to provide them with faster, more convenient, and what is most important, less expensive payment methods. But that's all from my side. I think that I saved you some time, and I would like to pass the floor to our CTO, which tell you a bit more about Kiwi backbone